You know that feeling when you're carrying groceries and someone says, "Wow, that looks heavy." And suddenly you realize just how exhausted your arms are? Sometimes we don't recognize the weight we're carrying until someone points it out. That's exactly what happens with emotional baggage. Today, I'm going to help you identify what you might be carrying, why it's been so hard to put down, and show you one powerful technique to start letting go. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly what's been weighing you down, possibly for decades. Think of this video as your emotional baggage check in. As an adult entering or navigating our 40s or above, we've collected experiences, some wonderful, some painful, that have shaped us. But what many of us don't realize is we're still carrying the weight of past hurts, disappointments, and learned behaviors that no longer belong in our life. Now, the tricky part, these patterns feel so normal that we don't even recognize them as baggage. They've become part of our identity, how we navigate relationships, approach challenges, and even how we talk to ourselves. So let's do a quick check in. As I describe these common forms of emotional baggage, notice which ones resonate with you. Be honest with yourself. This is a judgment free zone. Pattern one, perfectionism. Do you hold yourself to an impossibly high standard? Do you find yourself thinking, I should be further along by now, or I need to get this exactly right? Perfectionism isn't about excellence, it's about fear. Fear that you're not enough unless everything is flawless. Pattern two, the people pleaser. Do you say yes when you want to say no? Do you constantly worry about what others think of you? This pattern often develops when we learned early in childhood that our worth is tied to making others happy, even at our own expense. Pattern three, the inner critic. Is there a voice in your head that's constantly judging and criticizing you? You're not smart enough. You're too old to start something new. Who do you think you are? This inner dialogue may feel like protection, but it's actually baggage from times when you weren't properly supported or validated. Pattern four, past relationship wounds. Do you find yourself expecting the worst in relationships? Perhaps you're quick to assume rejection or betrayal, or you keep people at arm's length to protect yourself. These aren't personality traits, they're protective responses to past hurts. Pattern five, delayed dream syndrome. Have you put your own desires and aspirations on hold for so long that you're not even sure what they are anymore? Many people spend decades focusing on others' needs only to find themselves in midlife wondering, what about me? So, how many of these patterns did you check a yes to? One, several, all five? If you're nodding along, you're not alone. Let's talk about why these patterns form in the first place. Imagine yourself as a child trying to make sense of the world. When something painful happens, your developing brain creates a story to explain it, and more importantly, to protect you from experiencing that pain again. These stories become beliefs. If I'm perfect, I'll be loved. If I make everyone happy, I'll be safe. If I criticize myself first, others won't hurt me. These aren't conscious choices, they're survival strategies that once served a purpose. The problem is, we carry these strategies into adulthood where they no longer protect us, they actually limit us. And because they form so early in life, they feel like truth rather than outdated coping mechanisms. Here's why they're so hard to recognize. They don't feel like baggage, they feel like you. like your personality, your preferences, your natural way of being in the world. But what if some of what you consider just how I am is actually learned behavior that you can choose to let go of? And this brings us to the most important question. If these patterns aren't serving you anymore, how do you begin to let them go? I'd like to share one powerful technique you can start using today. I call it the observer perspective. And it's the first step in creating distance between you and your emotional baggage. Next time you notice one of these patterns activating, maybe you're beating yourself up for a small mistake or saying yes to someone you don't have time for, pause and try this. Notice the pattern without judgment. Simply say to yourself, I'm noticing my perfectionism right now, or my people pleaser is active. Notice without judgment. Step 2, create distance by shifting to third person. Instead of I always mess things up, try part of me is afraid of making mistakes. This simple language shift helps you see that the pattern isn't your identity. It's just part of your experience. Step 3, ask yourself, what would feel better right now? Then take one small action that aligns with your actual needs, not the pattern. This technique helps you begin separating from patterns that have felt like part of your identity for decades. It's powerful, but it's just the beginning. The truth is, fully releasing emotional baggage requires a more comprehensive approach. These patterns didn't form overnight, and they won't dissolve with a single technique. That's why I created a free guide that you can download. It's 5 simple shifts to quiet the inner critic and feel at peace after 40. This guide walks you through the complete process of identifying, understanding, and finally releasing the emotional baggage that's been holding you back. This method combines psychological insights with practical exercises specifically designed for women in midlife who are ready to let go of old patterns and step into a lighter, more authentic version of themselves. Inside, you'll discover the 3 essential shifts required to permanently release emotional baggage, including the critical first step that most people miss. You'll also receive a complete framework for addressing each of the 5 patterns we discussed today. The link is in the description below. If any part of today's emotional baggage test resonated with you, I encourage you to download the free guide. You've carried these patterns long enough. It's time to set them down. Before you go, let me know in the comments which pattern really stuck out to you. Remember, recognizing these patterns is already a huge step. It means you're becoming aware of what you've been carrying, and awareness is where transformation begins. The weight you're carrying doesn't have to define your future. With the right approach, you can finally set it down and move forward with a lightness and freedom you might have forgotten was possible. Thank you for taking this emotional baggage test with me today. If you found it valuable, please give this video a like and subscribe for more content on emotional healing and personal growth. And until next time, be gentle with yourself. You're exactly where you need to be on your journey. And as always, thank you for letting me share this information with you.